Hello, my name is Dietmar Dörschlag and I'm a certified business consultant focusing on the Atlassian ecosystem. I work with Valiantis and we are the largest global platinum solution partner focused on the Atlassian ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a video in a multi-part series where we focus on the role of various Atlassian administrators, which is a very important topic to understand so that you can optimally manage your investment in the Atlassian tools. We mentioned in a previous video that in the Atlassian ecosystem are many products that are very often integrated and maintained by different administrators, whether or not this is Jira, Jira Service Management, Confluence, Bitbucket, or other tools. Those tools need to be optimally administered to make sure that end users work in that system in the optimal way. We noted that as far as Atlassian administration roles is concerned, we have the org administrator. We issued a video that is specifically focused on the role of org admins. And we have project and space admins, which is also covered in a separate video. And then we have product admins. As far as the org admin is concerned, we noted in another video that org admins focus on the setup of users and groups. They manage products, they manage billing related to those products. They handle overarching setups with respect to security, other site settings, and of course they deal with product access and licensing. Now in this video, we're going to specifically focus on the Jira Service Management Product Admin, which is very similar to the Jira Admin. Again, the subject of a separate video in the series, but there are certain aspects related to maintaining or managing, administering Jira Service Management, whether or not this is for IT service management or at an enterprise scale for enterprise service management, doesn't really matter. There are certain important differences between a Jira admin and a Jira Service Management admin, and this is what we want to focus on in this video. Now, let's dive into an instance and specifically focus on what the role of a Jira Service Management JSM admin is. In my instance, which I spun up, I have Jira and Jira Service Management and Confluence licensed. Now, the first important thing to mention here is that there are no distinct roles for Jira and Jira Service Management. Anyone that is granted the Jira global administered Jira global permission is also automatically a Jira Service Management JSM admin. Now that can be separated or distinguished by the org admin through the management of groups, but out of the box, when you spin up an organization and you license Jira and Jira Service Management, whoever is a Jira admin by default out of the box is also a Jira Service Management admin. That, however, can be changed. So what the Jira Service Management admin does at the global level is very similar to what the Jira admin does. So specifically, if we on the top right click on the settings cog, the Jira Service Management admin creates new Jira Service Management projects, and they set certain system settings related to Jira Service Management at the global level related to Jira and Jira Service Management. And they handle certain setups with respect to configuration schemes, which are then mapped, shared with all Jira Service Management projects. The details on those three aspects, creation of projects, system-wide settings, and setup of various configuration setting schemes were covered in a video related to the Jira product admin role. Now in this video, we want to specifically focus on what the JSM admin does in addition to what a Jira admin does. Now in order to demonstrate this, let's go into a Jira project. So being in, or Jira Service Management project rather. So being in Jira Service Management, I'm navigating to my project directory and I see a IT Service Desk project, which is of the type Service Management. So this is a JSM project. So in the role of a Jira Service Management Product Admin, I'm navigating to that product and I am navigating to project settings, which is down at the bottom here, project settings. Now there are certain settings which are controlled by the project admin, and this will be covered in a separate video. But today in this video, we want to focus on the role of the Jira Service Management Admin. Now, issue types cannot be defined, cannot be set up by a project admin. They are very important, very foundational concepts, and they have to be set up by a Jira or JSM admin. The same is true for request types. Request types is a means in a JSM project to handle or to control how certain requests flow, workflow, form behavior. They are always mapped to issue types. Now, request types cannot be set up by a JSM project administrator. They need to be set up by a Jira, a JSM administrator. So the setup of new request types, the mapping of request types to issue types, the mapping of request types to forms, the creation of portal groups, which are used by users on the Service Desk portal to submit requests. All of this is controlled by a JSM admin, cannot be set up by a project admin. They would get a permission denied error if they attempt to do that. Further, if we look at forms, so the setup of forms, sometimes they're also referred to as portal forms, they can only be set up by a JSM admin, cannot be done by a JSM project admin. Why is that? Because those forms have very often those forms are not only used in one project, those forms are copied to other projects. So they are very foundational settings, and the behavior of those forms can therefore only be controlled by a JSM admin, not by a JSM project admin. Now, related to that is also workflows. Workflows in JSM are mapped to a request type through the concept of an issue type. And issue types in JSM can only be set up by a JSM or Jira administrator. A project admin cannot set up issue types. A project admin cannot set up any of the other foundational configuration elements. If I am navigating over to issues, any setups related to issue type schemes, workflow behavior mapped to projects via workflow scheme, screens and screen schemes mapped to a JSM project via an issue type screen scheme, field behavior, permission, priorities, statuses, resolutions, all of those um, product-wide settings cannot be controlled by a project admin. It needs to be done by Jira or Jira Service Management Admin. Now, if we're navigating back to the JSM project for a moment, there are certain settings that the project admin can control, which is subject of another video. But to just note this here real quick, a project admin can control the settings that you find in the details tab, such as the project name, project key, URL. They can also set up components. They can set up boards. Boards are now visible or available in a JSM project. They can set up automation, but only if it relates to a particular project only. They cannot set up global administration. So there's certain settings that a JSM project admin can do the onboarding of people into that project, the turning on and off of features, that can be handled by a JSM project admin. But any settings that are more intricate, that have more overarching implications on other projects in JSM, they have to be set up by a JSM product admin. Lastly, there are certain settings that control the behavior of the portal. The portal is the means through which end users request service in a service project. Those portal settings can be controlled by the project admin. You do not need to be a JSM admin to set those portal settings. They can be controlled by the project admin. Now, thank you very much for joining me today. This wraps up the demonstration of the role of a JSM product admin, which complements an earlier video on the role of the Jira product admin. We will be focusing on other admins in other videos. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. My name is Dietmar Dörschlag. Email dietmar.dörschlag@valiantis.com. Always encourage you to check out our YouTube channel where we constantly upload relevant content to those who are interested in the Atlassian ecosystem. Thank you and have a great day.